And now the Hansons and Hiatus podcast with Nate and Alexis.
Happy Friday, fuckers. It is episode 80 of the Hansons on Hiatus podcast. I'm your host, Nate. This is my wife, Alexis.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
And don't forget to support the podcast. buymeacoffee.com/Hansons on Hiatus, where you can buy us some virtual beers, which we always appreciate.
Always.
So if you like what you're hearing, we appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Also, hansonsonhiatus.com. You can go to our website, and we have our merch store there. Alexis is always putting up new designs for holidays or the podcast or the beer chugs or pugs or whatever.
All the above. And we got more coming all the time.
Yes. And you can also sign up to be a monthly fucky supporter.
Yes.
You can be a little fucky for $9.99 or 99 cents,
Yep.
a medium fucky for $4.99, and a big old fucky for $9.99.
I love how this has come about. We love our fuckies.
Yeah. So that's a way you can just support the podcast monthly if you'd like, and you don't have to worry about it. You can throw us $1, $5, $10, whatever you feel like. And I believe you can change it at any point. So if you want to up it or lower it or whatever, we greatly appreciate anything.
We do.
And as usual, don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe, Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Google Music or YouTube Music.
Yeah.
I always forget that one.
I know. It's just easier to say like
I just need to take it off. It used to be called Google Podcast. Rest in peace.
That makes more sense than YouTube Music, but what?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let us recap from last weekend. We had a good amount of stuff going on this past weekend.
We did.
It was long because it was the holidays. So, but one of the things we did was, I think on Friday we went to the beach and we ran into one of our friends, and she has this little dog. And
cutest little, I don't even know, is it one of those,
it's like a Cocker Spaniel or something?
Yeah. Little fluffy, tiny little thing.
Yeah,
Super cute.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or is it one of those King Charles ones?
Oh, maybe. It kind of looks like a cross between those two dogs.
Yeah. A Cocker Charles.
Yes, there you go. And it's like orange.
Yeah. But so we were standing on the side of the street talking to our friend, and her dog was kind of running around, and I don't know, how old is it? It's like a puppy, right?
She's young. She's got to be like 2, maybe 3. I don't know. Less than 3.
Yeah. And we were just talking about how good she was.
Yeah.
And she was good. It was just a bad place where we were standing.
Yep.
And she kept on running into the street, and she'd yell at her like, hey, come on back. And then the last time she ran the street, this car was coming by. Luckily, it wasn't going too fast. I swear the dog went under the tire.
I swear
it like popped it out.
Oh
like
God.
It was, it ran over its paw or something. But
I think she has a long fluffy tail. I think maybe it grabbed her tail at the end there. It was like, hey.
Ooh, maybe, I don't know. But it seemed like it was in there. So it was like, we almost saw our friend's dog get hit by a car.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And she is so good. She listens really well, but she was just so excited to go to the beach and running in circles around us and just didn't see all the cars. And our street on 38th, there should be no cars allowed down there. I know some people live there. It can be residential traffic, but it's such a pedestrian street, just like Fifth Ave, that there's so many people walking and biking and delivering stuff. Why are there cars down there? It's tiny and there's too much going on.
Yeah, it should be pedestrian only.
Yeah.
But you also should maybe leash your dogs.
Yeah.
And I know there are some people here that have trained their dogs very well.
Oh, yeah.
But it's almost this like status thing here that everybody tries to do. Like they all try to be like the locals that have trained their dogs really well to like follow them like blocks in front or behind.
It's very impressive when you see even the tiny dogs full command following you. You're like, dang, how'd you train them?
Everybody thinks that they need to do that. And sometimes it doesn't work out for the best.
No.
I mean, not anyone we know, but we see a lot of dogs hit by cars or their paw ran over or whatever. So
our friend with the pugs, Petunia, had a little accident a couple years ago. She listens really well and just got nipped by a car. The owner was like, come here or stay, and she thought it meant come here, so she went out into traffic and got hit, had to have surgery.
And I'm not gonna be like I don't know what you call it, a breedist.
Yeah.
But I feel like the dogs that can do those types of things are like those hunting type of dogs or
bigger dogs.
The bigger dogs that like the smaller dogs I feel like they can be trained to be off leash, But as soon as there's a fucking squirrel or some other dog or a lizard or something runs by, their animal instincts kick in and they just run into the street.
Oh yeah.
But like some of those like larger dogs that are made to be trained like that, they'll listen like no matter what's going on around them.
Even Tiger, he listened really well, but we always had him on a leash because there's just that one time you see something or somebody and he's just gone or just wanders out into the road and you're like, wait a minute.
Because Tiger would like got to the point where he wasn't barking at anything, but then randomly he'd be barking at like a taxi driver across the street like two doors over.
He'd be like, you 2 miles away, I don't like you.
Yeah. But yeah, this squirrel walking right in front of me, he's fine. He's cool.
He'd be like, whatever.
Yeah, so be careful with your doggies.
Yes, watch the pups. We don't want to see any issues.
Another thing I thought was it was kind of a fun story. So I had gone to the beer store across the highway maybe 2 weeks ago, and every now and then I'll go and I'll stock up on some beers. Yeah. And my buddy Juan gave me a ride, and we were walking through the beer section and looking at the different craft beers that they have, and one of them was what was it called, like Cristal, I think. Palmas Cristal. Yeah. But he's like, this is like the beer in Cuba, like they're kind of just easy, like their Dos Equis, Cuba, like their easy drinking beer.
Oh yeah.
So I grabbed one of those thinking, like I'll do a fun beer chug with it or whatever. There was nothing special about it. It was just your standard, like a
Bud Light or something.
Vienna lager or a beach lager, whatever. But and I was thinking about it every week, doing my beer chug, and I'm like, I just don't know what to do with this beer. Yeah. I don't want to do like, it's from Cuba, so I thought I'd tie that in somehow, but it's like I don't really like want to make fun of Cuba, I guess, because there are Cubans around here, and and not make fun of, but what am I gonna do? Wear like a fucking Fidel Castro hat or something? So I didn't really know what to do with it. And then when we realized our maintenance guy Islan is Cuban, and he's from Cuba, so I can't remember what he did. He did some work for us this weekend.
Yeah, he put up like a little key box for us.
Oh, that's right.
We don't have to get locked out sometimes.
Yeah, so we'll usually give him, like a water or Coke or something like that, just to say thank you, because he's our maintenance guy. It's built into our lease or into our rent, so like we don't have to pay him to do each thing, but we always appreciate when he comes and does something. Yeah,
we're friends with him, so give him a snack or a drink or something. He's working hard.
Yeah, so I was like, I'll give him this beer, from Cuba, because I don't know if it's really common around here. I've only seen it in that craft beer store, so they don't sell it like just at the stores here.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
So I give it to him, and he's like, "Oh, Cristal!" Like he was so, and he's just cracked it open right there immediately. Yeah, immediately, and just chugged that thing. Because he's probably. So I thought that was cool. I mean, I don't know if it was super important to him or anything, but I would. If I was living in another country and there was some, like a pontoon craft beer or something like that like I couldn't get all the time, I'd be like, oh, this reminds me of home,
Yeah, you'd be like, holy shit, thank you.
Yeah. Let's see, what else did we do? Oh, the first home Interplaya match that we went to.
Yes, it was a good one.
Yeah, we always start off at Wings FC and we get some pregame beers, and then our friends Marlos and Jorge, they had two friends in town from Holland, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the Netherlands.
Yep.
So yeah, they were in town. So we met these people, super nice. They're on vacation for like 2 weeks.
And they actually met her here in Mexico. They did not know each other.
Yeah, same way we met like Wanda. They were just like, I think Marlos sold them a tour or something like that. So it was, pretty interesting.
Really cool.
But yeah, we went to the game, and as usual, we missed the first 5-10 minutes of it because nobody can fucking pay their check on time.
Well, usually it's at 6 p.m. and we weren't sure, and then they changed it to 5 p.m.
Yeah,
so
that
we
is
weren't
true.
Ready yet?
Yeah. But we did get something there that we've never had before. What was that food called? Kibi?
Kibi, yeah.
I think it was Kibi. Let
me.
Kibi.
It looked like a like Mediterranean, some kind of little pocket type of thing.
There's like it's like a falafel almost.
Yeah, like a falafel texture, but it looked like an empanada.
Yeah, it's like a falafel empanada ball, but then they like cut it open, and actually it kind of, I mean, this is my American side. It reminded me of a hush puppy from Long John Silver's.
Did, yes, it looked like it was a harder.
Yeah, it didn't have like
puppy.
The same consistency on the inside, but it was like, kind of crusty, crunchy on the outside or whatever.
Crusty.
Yeah, it's like, that doesn't sound good.
No.
But
It was delicious.
we asked our friend Renee, we're like, oh, what is this? And he's like, oh, you don't know what this is? And he's like, it's like a Turkish, like Lebanese thing. And this guy had this little box and he pulls it out, cuts it open, and they put like, what was it like?
Pickled onions.
Yeah, onions and
some sauce.
some cheese or something in there. And he acted, our friend acted like this was like a normal thing. And I'm like, it's normal to eat a Turkish food at a Mexican soccer game?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, fine. But I've never heard of it. That's kibbeh.
And we've been here 3 years, traveling here for over 7 years. Never seen it here. Never seen anything like it.
Yeah, never seen it, never heard of it or anything. So, but it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Not too bad. I don't know how much. Do you know how much they cost?
It was cheap. I
didn't even ask.
We all split a bunch.
Yeah.
It was delicious though.
Yeah. And then and then of course it was Dia de la Independencia, the Independence Day of Mexico. So that happens. Technically, Independence Day was on Monday, the 16th. But the celebrations all happen like late in the evening on the 15th.
Yes.
So,
which I think makes sense.
Yeah.
Have it the day before, then the holiday, we're all chilling and relaxing.
Yeah. Well, and I had forgot like my jersey shirt thing that says Mexico on it. I forgot last year I got fucking wine all over it.
You did.
And I got rid of it. So
and, red wine.
Red
too.
wine, yeah, because we couldn't bring into the celebration last year. We couldn't bring in alcohol.
Yep.
So I snuck in a bottle or a box of wine and I put it down my pants. But then the spout popped off and I just had like red shit all over my shirt and I looked like an idiot.
Yep. Just for a little bit.
Yeah. So I forgot that we had thrown that away. Or got rid of it or something.
Yeah, we donated it. I cleaned it as best I could. I soaked it that night. I remember multiple times, multiple things. Sent it to the laundry. No.
Oh yeah, we did give it to Wanda.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I got to get a new Mexico shirt. I don't really care at this point if it's like something fancy. I'll just give me whatever. So I'm going walking all over town.
Yeah.
And I totally forgot. And rookie move. This is actually. This past Wednesday was our 3-year anniversary of moving to Mexico.
It was, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even do anything.
Yeah.
Or did we?
No. We're just getting ready for our trip this weekend.
Yes.
But yeah, after living here for 3 years, I should have known better. You can't get anything last minute for a holiday.
No.
Christmas, Day of the Dead, Independence Day, Cinco de Mayo, like nothing.
Yeah.
It's everything. It's kind of like, remember when we worked in retail and it's like when it was getting hot out, like that's when we put all the sweaters out and like people come in looking for swimsuits and like, oh no, we got rid of those in January. You know, it's like, it was always like a little bit ahead of the next season.
Oh yeah.
And that's how the decorations are here too. They already got Dia de Muertos and Halloween stuff out. Oh, and so I went to Walmart, everything was picked over, went to, a couple other stores. It's just last minute things you cannot get here. So you got to get it like a month in advance.
Oh yeah. That's why I didn't join you. Cause I was like, it's going to be a lost cause to try and find something today, but you did, you found a new shirt. Yeah.
So yeah, I got a new, and it was like $6 or something like that at the grocery store. So hey, it worked out.
Another white shirt.
Yeah. But so normally for Independence Day, they down in the Zocalo, like in the kind of the town square, they have like a concert and they'll do like a lucha libre match, like a wrestling match. And what else do they have going on? They have like some other lives, not the big concert, but some other live music singers.
Yeah, like local bands and
food
vendors.
Yeah, food vendors. And then at usually it's like it's supposed to be midnight, I think, but usually they do it like 11 now. They do the grito, the call that we were talking about last episode. Yes. And so what was it? Is she the mayor, Lily Campos?
I know. Yeah. Yes.
So our government's rolling over. So they did elections in, I believe, August, and the new administration comes in on October 1st. So we're thinking, like what's going on this year, and we saw nothing. There was no social media posts about a concert, if they're even doing the fucking grito this year. Like we didn't know anything. No. And so we're like, I guess we'll just walk down there at like 11 p.m. and hope something's going on.
Yeah.
And your friend Carla sent, or our friend sent us this thing at that hotel that we told the story about the other week, where we heard that you didn't have to pay a cover to get in. You could just use the pool and buy whatever beers you want.
Yeah,
and just,
cachet.
yeah. So we're like, all right, we'll go check that out. It's probably slam packed because it's literally like on the town square. It's right on the corner, so it like overlooks the square and the stages and everything like that. So we're like, we'll see if anything's even going on down there.
Yeah.
So we walked. Well, first we went to the beer club and we had a beer, and then we start walking down the street. And this is Sunday, so alcohol sales stop at 5:30 p.m.
Yep.
So we'd already had like we got, what was those little pouches called? Just like the little alcohol pouches you take into tailgate games.
Yeah.
So we got some tequila and some vodka. We had that all put in the pouches and hidden in the bag.
Yeah.
And then we go to the beer club. We have one of those, and we're walking down the street, and then we see this little chihuahua wearing a little dress.
So cute.
Fucking adorable. And then our buddy Jorge goes, "Oh, dude, this place sells beer regardless. Like, they don't give a fuck about the law."
We're like,
so so we go in there and we get some to-go beers, and they did. They sold it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a kind of, and it's on the main strip.
Yeah,
it's on
like
Fifth.
Refugio, I think it's called.
So weird.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not asking any questions. Just take my money.
So we get down there, we go to the hotel to see if there's any space, we can just go have a beer there or something.
Yeah.
And they were doing cultural activities.
Yeah.
They had
a
like
whole stage set up.
singers and dancers and everything. And so we, with our friends, what do we have? Like maybe 8 people?
Yeah. Probably.
We go in and we talk to the hotel people, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we got a table for you." So we go up the stairs, and there is this the pool deck area and the restaurant, and it's a fucking party there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people there.
And they take us up higher, and we go up to this next level, and there's one table in the corner that has the best view of the town square, and nobody else is up there. Well, there was like one couple or something like that, but I don't know how we got the fucking best seats in the house.
I don't know.
But damn.
I heard them explaining the maitre d' or whatever, showing us to the table, pointing up to the top, going, yeah, we have a table for you, talking to our friend Marlos. And we're like, is he about to take us up there? No way. We're all like freaking out, like, no way. It was the best table. There was so much space, and you could see everything, and it was the best view for the fireworks.
Yeah, it was. It was really awesome.
Oh my gosh.
And there was the fireworks and the mariachi bands, and then when they did the grito, me and Juan ran down there so we could be on like ground level.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was really cool. And then you got video from up above, and
we're like, you go take video on the ground level.
Yeah,
Boots on the ground.
Really good. So I mean, just awesome celebration, and I'm glad they did something, because we, like I was saying, with the administrations rolling over, we had heard that since the one administration got voted out, that they were just like, hey, we're not going to do anything this year.
Yeah, which would have been so sad.
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't that packed, but towards the end of the night, it got busier and busier. But it would have been way more packed if they had some marketing about it, or let people know on the Facebook group. So
yeah,
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
Someone forgot. Who forgot to put out the event page?
Yeah, right. They fired the social media person.
Yeah, he's like, I'm off today. No way.
Oh yeah. So so that all happened, like 11:30. It's getting to be past midnight, and we're getting a little bit tired.
Yes.
The Independence Day celebration, we've been going since 11 a.m. So we start to walk downstairs, back down to the main pool deck area, and there's a fucking party going on.
Still going.
And I see this big circle, like a mosh pit, kind of like dance party, and we walk over to it, and there is a little grandma with a walker in the middle of the dance party. And she is just breaking it down.
She was so cute, little abuela.
Yeah. So she was like, had her little walker, and she's yeah, and just dancing with her family, having the best time. And it's like, I hope that I'm doing that when I'm that age.
Yeah, we were totally exhausted, and then once we saw her, we're just like, oh, I feel alive again.
Yeah. So here's old Rollin Rosa out here just dancing it up, and she's like, I'm partying till the back meds kick in.
She was so cute. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's freaking adorable. Oh man, but but it was a great holiday weekend. The only thing that sucks is like then Monday is the actual holiday, and unless you working American or Mexican schedule, like we still had to work on Monday.
Yep,
you know,
we're still working.
Yeah, but they're all off, so that's the day of rest. So the actual, it's like 4th of July. It's like you party on the 3rd, and then 4th of July you do nothing. That's what it would be like. So
I like it.
I do too. I do like the pre-celebration celebrations.
Yes.
So you can just like relax and do nothing.
Yeah, I love it. It was a good time. It was a good event.
Yes. But as we said, our 3 years of living in Mexico was this past Wednesday, and that's actually when we moved to Mexico. We had, what was it, the Adios Beaches release party at Pontoon
Brewing, yeah.
and then the next day we moved to Mexico.
We did.
And then we were in town for our, what was it, our 4-year anniversary at the time?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because our 7-year anniversary is this weekend.
It is.
Well, technically Monday, right? Is it 23rd?
23rd, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that we still ask each other. We're like 20th, 22nd, 23rd. That's
yeah,
it,
I think it goes back to when we had the dogs pick the dates. Didn't we have like the 21st and the 23rd or something like that?
Yeah.
Or maybe it was the next one. But I'm like, is it the 21st or 23rd?
Well, we always think of the Earth, Wind, and Fire as our band. That's how we met.
Right.
And that's our song. So I think they say the 21st of September.
And ours is the 23rd.
Yes, which we wanted, but it was like a Friday or something.
Yeah.
And we were like, we can't get married on a Friday.
No, because we got married on Saturday, right? Yeah, so it would have been like a Thursday. So we weren't,
true.
That's what it was. We weren't going to get married on Thursday.
True, which we should have got married on a Friday.
Yeah.
Beer chug and done.
Yeah, right. So this weekend is our anniversary trip. So we are on our way to Mexico City today.
Right now?
Yeah, right now we're on our way. We should be doing my beer chug there soon, hopefully. But we were really like kind of struggling where to go. You know, we were trying to budget a little bit, save some money. And so we're like, let's just go somewhere here in the Riviera Maya, you know, but I still wanted to do something because we always do a trip every year we used to come to Mexico for our anniversary for the first 4 years. And then we did Greece. And then last year we did Isla Mujeres. Yep. And so we were kind of trying to decide between what we were looking at Bacalar, but we've gone there for Christmas. Not like that matters, but you know,
we've been there a few times.
Yeah, we've been there, and then Holbox. Yeah, so we're trying to decide those and what would be cheap, and then Mexico City, because even though we've been to Mexico City a couple times, there's so many things to do there.
Oh yeah, it's huge. It's bigger than New York City, so we're gonna have to go there at least 10 more times to do all the things.
So we're kind of like I'm crunching the numbers, and I'm looking. You know, if you are if we rented a car to, you know, what are the places around us, or if we took a bus or whatever, and then I'm looking at flights just to check, and I find this flight to Mexico City, it's like actually a suburb of Mexico City. It's Toluca is the airport. I find it for 378 pesos there, which is like $18, 17, $18,
give or take.
and then it was 150 pesos back, which is like $7.50 or like almost $8.
I hope we make it there and make it back.
It's Viva Aerobus, so they're like the Spirit or the Frontier of Mexico, but we've flown them multiple times.
Oh yeah,
and we don't have a dog, you know, like we had in the past, having to like, you know, make sure the carrier was acceptable and all that stuff, and the extra pet fee, and so.
They were way pickier with Tiger and his crate flying within Mexico than outside of Mexico. It was so strange. They were very particular within Mexico of his size and if he could turn around and the dimensions. We were like, when we leave the country, you're like, bye. When we come back, you're like, get in here. I don't know what the deal was.
Yeah.
We always figured it out.
Well, and it's like the budget airlines, they're trying to nickel and dime you out of everything. Right. So, but we're just doing carry-ons, or not even carry-ons, personal items.
Yeah. Backpacking.
So we're backpacking. So we're just here for 4 days. But yeah, so obviously we'll talk about our trip next week. But we'll go over just some of the things that we are going to try to do while we're there.
Yeah.
So one of the things, we're going to the taco stand that just got the Michelin star.
Yes.
Yeah, so I want to try those. I know there's been a lot of controversy about it, if they actually deserve one or not. Or I saw some guy arguing, he was like, I just don't think a taco stand should even be in the running for one ever. Like, it's just, the Michelin star is supposed to be about the dining experience and the ambiance and the chef and this and that. And I was like, I guess I could kind of understand that, but I don't think it's fair to exclude a place just because of what type of food they serve.
Yeah.
You know? And
like-
so I looked it up, and that's not what, like, there's like the first Michelin star is more about the food.
Yeah.
And then I think like the second and third stars are more about the ambiance and the, you know, the restaurant and like what they've done to make it a good dining experience.
Yeah.
But I guess like the first one's more about this, like how like good quality of the food, you know, and if the chef is like creative or, you know,
Presentation.
yeah, and if it's consistent, because I guess they
Oh,
the
yeah.
the way they do this is they send people out and don't tell them that's who they are.
I'm sure they do.
And so they send people out, I don't know, like 6 months down the road to see if they still have that consistency.
Mhm.
So that's part of it.
That's
so.
what I look for. If I find something I like and it's consistent every time I go back, you sold me. I'm going to be a loyal customer forever. It's when you go back for your favorite food item and it's completely different or cheaper or
Right.
smaller or weird. You're like, okay, what happened?
Yeah, it's like not the same place. We were doing a lucha libre wrestling match.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
like,
going to be amazing.
Yeah, it should be super fun. Like it was one of those things that we saw in one of the YouTube videos, and I thought was like, oh, this is kind of hokey, but yeah, I guess we'll go to it. I'm thinking like I've been to like WWE,
Yeah.
you know, type of like big
Real
name
wrestling.
TV wrestling shows, and so I was like, okay. But every person that we've told that we're going to Mexico City to do this, or I mean, not to do it, but
Yeah.
doing it while we're there,
Yeah.
they're all like, oh my god, it was the best time. I had
Oh,
so
yeah.
much fun.
It's hilarious. The costumes, the you know, the wrestlers are so involved and they're great actors. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, same. What else? Xochimilco.
Yes.
It's which is like
Xochimilco.
it's like this area south of Mexico City, and it's all, what do you call those? Like canals.
Yeah.
It's like Venice,
Yes.
basically.
They have
And
the gondolier.
yeah, they have like
boats.
gondolier boats, and they stop and like let mariachi bands on your boat, and you can pay them to play. Or there's people that have boats that are like cooking food and
Mhm.
tacos
Making
or
drinks.
elotes, and yeah, making like micheladas. I
Yeah.
guess we have to get one of those there. And wow, what is that little lizard thingy called?
Oh gosh, I forget his name.
Is it like, it's like oxalotl?
Yeah.
Yeah, or something. It's like XOTL.
It's like the little lizard. It looks like it has a little, you know, like
Yeah.
the Jurassic Park.
It looks like a salamander.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, it does have the Jurassic
How's
Park
the-
looking thing.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
so we're gonna go check that out. They actually have one near Cancun that Xcaret owns, the Xochimilco,
Oh, yes,
like
yeah.
the park that they made here to make it look like the Mexico one, or
Yeah.
the Mexico City one.
We're gonna go do the real, authentic thing.
Yeah. And let's see, what else did we do, or were we gonna do? Oh, the Grutas Tolantango, which is these like caves and natural spring pools and stuff up.
Yeah.
It's like 3 hours north of Mexico City
Yeah.
in the state of Hidalgo.
Mhm.
But
Like, heated springs.
yeah, so it looks really awesome.
Those are going to be great. It kind of, the pictures and videos we've seen, it almost reminds me of Greece because it's in the hillside in the mountains. And then there's just different levels of and different
Yeah.
size shaped pools.
And some of the pools, if you look it up, the pools they're not completely natural. They've
Right.
made them into pools, but the water is like natural hot spring water. And there's like caves that you can go into.
Yeah.
And what else? Oh, the river. And the crazy thing is it's like, I think it's like $8 to get in.
Yeah, super
And
cheap.
we're just doing a day trip. We're just going up. We just did a tour because it was cheaper than renting a car, actually.
Yeah.
So we're riding a bus like 3-4 hours north, and you just pay to get in. They actually do have hotels on site, like little tiny ones for like $50 a night.
Yeah.
But you don't have to stay at the hotel. You can camp there
Yeah.
for free. So all along the river, it's like just tons of Mexican families with like a grill and a big tent, and they just sit there all week. It's like going to a campground,
Yeah.
basically, and you just sit there all weekend and you swim, and they have pools and caves and waterfalls and everything, and it just looks amazing.
I think we're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
Besides the camping, I'm in for everything else.
Yeah, yeah, we're not camping. Yeah, we're doing a 1-day trip, and then we'll see if we want to go back with some friends sometime and
Yeah.
check that out.
I
But
think
yeah, it's
that'd be fun.
Grutas Tolantango if you're looking it up.
Oh,
So,
yeah, you should Google it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
and then the last thing we've been trying to do this for the last 2 times we went to Mexico City is the Frida Kahlo Museum.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in her childhood home is
Yes.
where it's at.
The Casa de Azul.
Yeah. And So we've been trying to go, and the last time we went there, we got there and we waited in line, and they're like, "Oh, tickets," and we're like, "Oh, we're here to buy tickets," and
Yep.
they go, "Oh, no."
You're like, bye.
Yeah, this like it sells out like weeks in advance.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
So so you have to get tickets ahead of time, and then we were talking, and I was like, what do we really know about Frida Kahlo? Like, we know she's like an icon and an obviously artist and stuff, but like, what's her story? I know she's had like, she was injured as a kid and stuff, but I didn't really know.
Yeah, we know like the basic little story that we've been told growing up or learning in history class, but there's even more of a story.
Yeah.
This woman's had a hard life.
Fuck yeah. Oh my God. If you haven't like watched we watched like a 25-minute documentary on her last night.
Whew.
She's been through some shit.
Been through some shit.
Like she got hit by a trolley or something, and that like fucked up her back, and then like her leg didn't work or something, and then she kept the whole documentary was about her basically fucking everybody.
Yeah.
And she has a husband, or she had like this famous painter husband guy, and they both like were in like an open relationship, and they were just banging like every other artist, and every time they were like, yeah, Frida then went here, and she had an art show here, and then she slept with this guy, and then his secretary, and then she started a relationship with this person, and then by the way, she got gangrene in her hand, and she had to go to the hospital again, and then she had appendicitis, and then she had this, like the whole documentary was who she was sleeping with and how many times she went to the hospital, because she kept on having like operations and surgery. Oh, something with her back it like broke it, or something else happened, and she broke her back again like in 3 places, and then had to have 6 more surgeries to fix the broken back.
And just in that time frame when we were watching this, and they're saying, those years that she was having spinal fusion, vertebrae, whatever surgeries, I can't imagine doing that now in 2024. Back then, oh my God, even 10 years ago, just the pain and suffering she must have went through. But they would still say she was still happy and greeted people and had multiple lovers and were still creating art and still traveling the world, and she couldn't walk.
Oh, this is the worst part.
No, don't say it.
When she got hit by the trolley, I believe, or when she got hit by something.
Earmuffs for anyone that's squeamish.
Yeah. The handle, some handrail in the trolley, I believe it was the trolley, went through her abdomen and came out her vagina.
Jesus.
Yes.
And this woman still had a child, or did she not?
Yeah, and then she was still like hooking up with everybody. So the doctor must have put an extra stitch in there.
Oh my God.
Make it nice and tight.
Must have put lots of stitches in there. Jeez.
Oh my God. But yeah, and then she what else did she? Oh, she became like addicted to drugs and alcohol and stuff, because it was the only thing that was numbing the pain. And then I think she got like syphilis or something like that. She just like, this woman had a fucking life.
A life.
And so, I mean, I can understand the eyebrow thing. She just didn't have time. She's like, fuck this. I don't even care.
She was like, I have no time for this. But she always looked well made up, had makeup on, very authentic style.
Yeah, like a colonial woman type garb, like that style that she had.
Yeah, very like, I would be laying in bed like, just leave me here. I'm done. I can't do it. She had a lot of drive to live life the best she could.
Yeah, and she always looked great. Like, it wasn't like
That's what I'm saying.
She didn't get like fat or what. I mean, like she didn't look like she'd been laying in bed for 5 years or something like that.
If I was laying in bed for
always
a
looked
week,
put together.
I'd be big.
Yeah. Same here. All right. Well, so that is well, and that's anything else you think of that we're trying to do? Obviously we're doing some breweries. They got some fantastic beer in Mexico City.
Lots of good breweries. We're gonna go to the Bank Museum.
Oh yeah, Bank Museum, because we're nerds.
Yes.
And,
see some gold bars and Mexican currency.
Yeah, just like because I feel like the currency has changed like 3 times since we've been here.
Yeah.
Just like the pictures that are on each bill and the different.
And they're the bills and the coins, they're all really cool, and they have some crazy significant meaning. I know ours does too. It has meaning behind it, but theirs will be like a whole story about it. This is why we put this bird on here, and it's very intricate.
Well, the new 50 has the axolotl on it, and it's known as the most beautiful bill in the world or something like that right now, because of all the different like artist like inspiration that has gone into this build.
Oh yeah, it is beautiful. If you watch, if you Google it and then look at all the detail, it's got a lot on there.
Yeah.
It's tiny little 50 bill.
Yeah, 50 pesos.
50 pesos.
All right, so yeah, that's what we're doing for our anniversary this year. So
We're excited. Happy anniversary, babe.
happy anniversary.
Does it feel like 7 years?
Yes.
I knew you were
Just
gonna say
kidding.
that. Feels like 17.
Yeah, isn't that the saying, like the 7-year itch or something? That's when you're supposed to start having problems or something,
Oh,
because
gosh.
I don't know. I guess maybe after 7 years you get sick of each other.
Oh, you think you'd at least get to 10 and then be like, geez, a
Yeah.
decade. Wow.
Yeah. Ugh.
We're still going strong.
Yeah, but love you.
Love you too.
All right. Well, don't forget to support the podcast. buymeacoffee.com/Hansons on Hiatus, where you can buy us those virtual beers that we really appreciate.
We will drink them.
Also, hansonsonhiatus.com for if you'd like to share the podcast. We really appreciate anybody, if you listen and you think a friend might enjoy it as well, shoot them the website, and it has our YouTube channel, it has our Spotify channel, and then
Merch
a
store.
merch store for those t-shirt designs, and then the monthly fucky subscription is available there, where you can pay 99 cents for be a little fucky.
Mm-hmm.
You can pay $4.99 to be a medium fucky, and you can pay $9.99 to be a big old fucky.
Big old fucky. I love it.
Yeah, and I think you put some fucky t-shirts up, didn't you?
I did. I think last time we were talking about it, you were like, that's a t-shirt. So I put it on a t-shirt.
Yeah, so if you want to become a fucky
Mm-hmm.
and be a reoccurring monthly sponsor, and then get the fucky t-shirt.
Yep.
And you can rep it.
There you go. You can be like, I'm a fucky.
Yeah. Also, Alexis does design work, so if anybody is looking for like a t-shirt designed, shoot us a message at Hansons on Hiatus.
Logos, anything like that.
Yes. Yeah. So like, follow, share, subscribe, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, YouTube Music at Hansons on Hiatus. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Happy Friday, fuckers.
Happy Friday, fuckies.
That's it. Thanks for listening. Goodbye for now. Bye.